we'd had a real shift in our life. I had breast cancer, and so that was 2 years ago that I was diagnosed with breast cancer. During my treatment, Mark broke his leg. So we had a lot of time of sitting around talking and really getting to know what we really wanted to do. At the time we were running a business. We already had decided that, and the one thing that we knew we really liked was property.
And we had been investing in property for probably, 11, 12 years at that stage.
Yeah.
And that's what we were looking at too, that the properties were what had made money, and the businesses had been up and down and things like that, and the properties were the only reason that we'd carried through carried through the downs without going bankrupt, basically, because we had properties.
Yeah, because we had properties. So we said then, that's it, we really need to learn more about what we want to do within the properties. And that's when Mark said, well, I've been seeing Dymphna's stuff come up on emails and stuff like that, and he said, how about we go to a seminar? It was actually here, the one day.
Yeah, it was one day here last year.
Last year, and we came in, and as soon as she said cash flow positive properties, I was hooked. Yeah, I was hooked.
That's what we'd always focused on anyway. So it was good to hear someone saying what made sense to us. Because, it was something that had always made sense to us. We never saw the point why you'd buy something that loses money. So.
Yes. Well, we just did our figures last night, part of the homework that Dymphna said.
Which I left on the back seat of the car too. So. I've got to run back to the car then.
On how much we are earning, and it's
about 175,000.
About 175,000. So to go from 0 to 175 in 1 year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did most of that by March.
Yes.
So it's only been a little increase since then.
Yes, we got to about 150 in March, and now we've got some chunk deals now, because they do take longer. And as soon as those chunk deals settle, we'll sell, so then our income will increase again, and then we'll buy some more cash properties.
And that was probably one of the things that we learned as well, because the previous thing that we had been doing, even with our previous investing, is we'd be buying the properties that were positive cash flow, but that was the only strategy. So then if we wanted to buy more, we had to wait until their value increased. Because in a lot of cases, there wasn't a lot we could do with them. Sometimes we did a little bit of renovations and things like that and picked up a little bit more, but there wasn't multiple strategies on the property. So that's the biggest thing we've learned. So even after the 3 that we were buying last year when we first came, they were just cash flow.
Well, really the important point is always look at the next deal. So if you're going into a deal and it doesn't allow you to do another deal straight away, then or have an action that you can do to get into another deal.
Yeah, so there's got to be a back end in it too.
Then that deal's just, it's not necessarily. I'll give you an example.
It might be a good deal, just not the right one for you.
Yeah, it might be a good deal. An example was one of the houses we bought. Does make us about $10,000 a year, but it's still got $40,000 of our money in that deal, and there's nothing more we can add to it. We can't renovate any more than it already is. It's already one of the better houses on the street. We can't chop off a back garden. There isn't any room there, and all those things that you could add value. Now we're getting great cash return on it, but if we had looked at that house and said, okay, this one's not right, let's find one that we can do and added value to, we could have pulled our $40,000 back out within a 6-month period.
Yeah,
now we've got to wait for the cash flow to pay us back the $40,000. So that's 4 years. So they're the things that we've learnt.
And one of the big things early on too was actually looking at the figures regularly. Like we had all these properties, we knew there was money coming in, we knew how much was coming in roughly and all that sort of stuff. Like I said, we knew when we first started we were at about break even. Looking at each property separately, and it's like, okay, this one's doing this, okay, what can we do to improve that one? And just looking at the figures all the time, because it is a business. And you've got to treat it properly as a business. It's not just a passive investment, something you buy and it just sits there and makes money. It's like you've got to look at it and make sure it's working. yeah, and do whatever you've got to do to make it work.
Yeah. So continually look at each individual property
Yeah.
and say, okay, how can we improve this one? How can we get more cash flow out of this one? And
Do we need to sell it?
yeah, do we need to sell it? Yeah,
Which we'd really like to avoid.
yeah.
We don't want to sell them.
Yeah, we like keeping them.
I was going to say, we had one that Dymphna told us to sell, but we're now making probably, I have to have a look at the figures now, probably 10,000 a year out of it. We fixed that.
Yeah, we fixed it. Yeah. Well, I suppose because we were spending, even though we had no income, we were still paying school fees and mortgages and car loans, so that was just coming out of savings.
Well, we're about breaking even after the mortgages, but not living expenses.
Yeah, so knowing that now that there's more money coming in is good, but of course, like every human being,
You spend more?
you spend a little bit more.
Yeah.
Even doing the Dymphna's courses has been, there's been some travel involved, so we certainly have spent a little bit more. So, but lifestyle-wise, our time's our time. Even though it's a business, it still is our time. So we start our day when we're ready to start our day.
Yeah.
And we finish our day when we're ready to finish our day, and we're able to fit in every family event.
If there's something we've got to do, something we want to do, whatever, there might be, I was on my side of the family where a group of them get together and have lunch during the week or whatever, and it's like, yeah, just go to that.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
So,
and
whatever you want to fit in, you just fit in.
if you need that extra hour sleep on a Monday morning, or 2 hours sleep, or 3 hours sleep, you get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you still have to be disciplined and still know what work you need to do and do it. But we just get to do it on our time. Yeah. Yeah.
We tell them what we're doing, and if anyone's interested, we've got my sister in one deal with us at the moment, so if anyone's interested, that's fine. We're happy to do something with them and help them out as well, or it just depends on what suits them. So
I suppose a lot of our family have never really invested in property. They've watched us invest for 10 years now, so
13
or 13 years.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think they've always thought we were a bit fearless, because to them that's something that is too scary. Whereas I've got a sister that's a nurse, I would find that too scary to go and work in a hospital for a day. So it's just what you get educated around, and
education is very important.
Yeah, it's very important to get educated on what you're doing, and that way it takes away all the fear, because you have knowledge. Yeah.
And even a friend of mine said that to me the other day. He's bought properties. He's possibly still got some. Yeah, I think he's still got some. Like, he's had properties. He's made money out of renovations and sales. He's increased the value of his place pretty hugely. He's had positive cash flow rentals, all that sort of stuff. But he's still talking to me, and he said that he sees what we do, and he thinks that he just mucks around. And I don't think we're doing enough, to be honest.
Oh, we are now. I think we are now.
We're getting there.
Yeah, the last 12 months we've really amped it up, because it's full time.
Yeah, well, I suppose when you don't give yourself a choice and it has to work, well, it has to work. We'd made that decision before coming to first see Dymphna, that real estate was what we were going to make our money out of. We just had to figure out how. So, and that was why we sold all the businesses and said, no, that's it. It's going to be real estate. That's it. That's all we're doing. Yeah,
because we could have gone out and got a job and then had a lot of our time sucked away from us. But we said no. The only way we're going to really make ourselves do this is by saying this is our business and doing it. Yeah.